What's good, y'all? It's Life with Them. It's your boy Dion.
I'm Sierra.
And today we're back with another video. So today, you guys, we're going to be giving you all what you've been asking for, a full review of the Lesedi tour.
Yes. And what's so interesting about this, y'all, is like this is a full circle moment because when we originally started this page, this was the very first page we ever started.
100%.
The tagline was Faith, Family, Travel, Lifestyle. And we used to do videos, well, we used to give the tips that the normal people wouldn't give. You know, like, if you buy this ticket, you still could get a lunch.
Oh, that was on our first
the cruise.
Our first cruise that we uploaded as a vlog,
yeah.
which was mad fun. And he was telling us about how we can do this stuff with the food and whatnot. So
yeah, they didn't tell us nothing. We found out.
Oh, you sure is right. We were telling them in the comment section that this is what you can do, and we dropped them gems, and everybody just started showing up, right? So it was mad love.
And people came giving us reviews. It worked.
It worked. 100%.
Yeah, so this is a full circle moment for us. So we're super excited that you guys asked for this. So now we could maybe bring it back to the channel, you know? So, first time going to the Lesedi Cultural Village. This village was a big part of why we came to Johannesburg in the first place. Yeah. Now, you guys know we told y'all our trip to Johannesburg was only supposed to be for 9 days, but we ended up extending it for other matters. But this is one of the, if not the reason that we wanted to come to Johannesburg.
Yeah, 100%.
So, the reason for that is because we can experience the cultures of more than one tribe at this one village. And we truly enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, the vlog that you guys already saw was an hour long, and it was mad informative. And I didn't think it was going to give that much gems about each tribe and their history. So, but we're going to dive deep into that later within the video. But I guess we can talk about our drive there.
Yeah, the drive there.
So we did book an Uber, and the Uber ride was fantastic. First of all, Africa's view, South Africa had that. Their views are amazing. Our Uber driver was mad nice. And we took about 20-30 minute journey to the actual location.
It was kind of far out.
Yeah, it pretty was. Yeah. We
went a little far out of the city. We went to like the countryside, to where when you look this way and you look that way, it's blue because all you can see is just hills and hills and hills.
For real.
I don't know if there was mountains, but I know there was hills and it was blue.
It was valleying. It was going ups and downs.
Remind me of that song, Hills and Valleys. You know. Yeah. So the drive there was really good. We got a chance to see the countryside. Yeah,
we did actually. And as we was approaching, before we hopped out, you know, well, let me just say this: as we was approaching, you know, they have a big sign to let you know that you made it, right? We saw some of the most beautiful animals. Our kids were so astonished by it. It was like, oh my God, look at that, look at this. And our Uber driver was like, that is Springboks. It was like, yo, that's our first time seeing them.
Right, and they're so beautiful.
Beautiful. I'm talking about very nice. And they're running packs. But we also saw this other one with antlers. We don't know what it was, like a zebra kind of.
No, it was not
kind
a
of thingy.
zebra.
But it was it had stripes too. It had stripes too. It looked like it had so many different farms.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful, y'all.
It was very nice, yeah.
Their animals have these stripes on it, and y'all know we never saw that before. So it kind of looks spray painted, but we know it's not spray painted.
And then we also saw some monkeys, right? The monkeys are there. They're going to greet you and whatnot, and they're not shy. They're looking at you as you're looking at them. And the security guy, he was at the gate. He let us in. But one thing I want to mention about our Uber driver is that when we actually got past our security guard, he let us know that because we're so far out, there's not much service that people can get while they're here. He offered to us to exchange information and say that I will not mind and come and pick you guys back up. I thought that was perfect for us.
Right, and then at the end of that, when we looked on the app just to be able to come back and tell y'all what's what, there were not any Uber rides around.
Yeah, because it's really that far out.
Right, and we went to the afternoon time, so it was pitch black, dark.
So mind you, if you ever go, make sure that you communicate with your Uber driver to see if he's willing to help, even before you guys leave, because some people may drop you off and say, hey, I'm busy, I may not come back. So try to exchange information as soon as possible with someone that's picking you up. That way you can know whether you have a ride back.
Right. Or get a personal driver, because
sometimes get a personal driver as well,
that is cheaper. We have used a personal driver here and there depending on where we wanted to go.
Now, something interesting did happen when we did open up our Uber door. A lot of people in South Africa did say before we even come to the motherland, be expected to be greeted with love.
So much love.
And what did you notice when we opened the door?
Oh my God, the voices, y'all. South Africans sing with a frequency that is like no other. It's like they're singing from the middle of the earth. It's like they're in tune with the Child, listen. But anyway, they greeted us in song. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I believe they greet every single visitor that way in song, welcoming the people in, you know?
100%. So after the beautiful greeting and whatnot, the ladies and the men, they all went away, went about their business, and they disappeared. Because when we walked inside the marketplace to go pay for our, visit and whatnot, they wasn't there anymore. I was like, well, a group of people just went. It was a lot of people. And so as we were paying for everything, the lady at the front desk, she was really nice. She was open. She was having conversations with us and whatnot. But the views, you guys, as we were sitting there looking around, trying not to be too starstruck by everything that we see. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it was so nice. The marketplace was so open. Everybody was there and willing to just exchange information to help you with what you're looking at, things to inform you about, from the smallest designs that they had to the massive ones. It was all really detailed and colorful.
Yes. So we got there at 4:30, and that is the time that the tour starts, the experience starts, right? And the lady at the front desk told us that they would tell us when it's time to go. So we started browsing around, just looking at everything. Everything's new to us. So we're like a kid in a candy store. You're like, oh, this is cute. Oh, this is cute. Oh, look at this. So we were looking around, and I started to speak with a lady who was over one of the markets. And she was like, are you going with them? And I was like, yeah. They're going to let us know when it's time to go. She said, oh, no, baby. You hear the beat? Follow the beat.
yeah. And I don't know where I was at this point. I was probably doing the same thing as y'all, looking around, looking at stuff, enjoying my time there. But I'd never seen my wife walk this fast with the kids in an emergency state like this without having to be a crazy emergency, right? So she's moving fast, and I'm asking, like, what you do? What you tell my wife is in the third? She's like, hey, she had to go over here because it started, right? So we get together. And we finally make it to the doorway where a young lady was actually helping us get to the location.
One of the dancers.
Yeah, one of the dancers. And when we got inside, you guys, all we heard was drums. I'm talking about, it's not like TV. It's personal. It's good. It's there. You can feel the vibration of the room shaking. You feel me? And the setup about it was just perfect. Yeah, it was really nice.
Right. So drumming is the first experience that you do when you get there, at least for our tour. We missed a good chunk of it. I think it was about 10 to 15 minutes because, like I said, the lady who was instructing, who was doing the drumming instruction, she was one of the people who was singing, welcoming us in.
Yeah, I remember her face.
Maybe she was quick. Okay, she was full of energy. I just love her energy. Like, she was the perfect person to teach that. Our daughter still do the little fish. Wait, was this fish?
Fish. It was.
I don't know what the other one is.
Yeah.
But our daughter is still doing all of that. So she left her impression. You
sure
know?
did. And so I guess you could say that after the drumming and everything was said and done, they switched spots. Which the lady who actually switched the spot with her to come talk to the people was our tour guide. She actually, what's her name? Label. Shout out to her. She actually. I'll tell you about the one rooms later. But she actually popped up and she was talking to everybody, letting everybody know that now we're finna break off into groups, right? So they had one side, which a lot of people was together. They band together. Yeah. I guess they came in by a bus.
Tour. They were together.
An actual tour. And we had our group, and we wasn't as many, but we had a good sized group, right? And at that point, that's when we started to dive into the different tribes that was waiting for us.
Yeah, so we went to 4 tribes. We went to the Sotu, xhosa, Zulu,
and pedi.
That's the groups we went to. On the website, it does list 5. The 5th one is the Indabele. I don't know why we didn't go to that one, but yeah, we didn't go to that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we did the village tour. We met 2 guys, and we learned mostly about the healers. That's what we learned.
Which I feel we could personally relate to because we talk about this a lot, especially being from Louisiana, different herbs that we have in our own backyard. And she was speaking about how the different herbs that they would use for different reasons whenever they would either fall ill, sick, or have to just tend to wounds of that nature. And we thought that was pretty interesting because it's real life. If you want to heal, nature is there for you to have these things at its disposal, and it's best to use it. But they knew it in a way we probably would never think to use it, you know what I'm saying? Because the different ways you're supposed to mix stuff and things of that nature.
Yeah. We that's not our profession, and it's not our calling. We didn't get called to the healing sector of life.
Oh, and she did mention that a lot of times the women are called.
Yeah.
So it's important to acknowledge the fact that you have a calling on your life and to bring forth that to the village and to the people because you're needed. And if you don't, then, it's like you're disowning yourself amongst your people because why are you there? Like, your purpose is not serving this purpose.
Right, you're not serving your purpose. So next we went to the xhosa village, and we went into the hut. And they sung for us, and we saw the foods that they eat.
Yes.
So that was really good. I really loved. That's when like I really started to feel like why we came here. You know, it was very interactive. I loved that.
Yeah, the information that they keep delivering was perfect, right? She was explaining about the different styles of food cooking, which women don't have no excuses to why they can't cook, because how they have it is set up as a cross. And regardless if the wind is blowing a certain way, you always have a different angle that you can use to get the food served to the men. As you was mentioning the different huts. She also mentioned about how men and women have to sit at separate sides. So y'all seen in the video, my youngest, our second oldest, Daniel, wanted to run and go with Manu on that side, and he couldn't because the gentleman was like, men on this side. And I thought that was pretty interesting for them to have that experience.
It's my twin. Yeah, so that was really, really good. I really love that they started, on the second one, they really started to make it an interactive feel to the village. I really love that. What I would have loved, this is just my suggestion, you know, just coming from this type of background, is that like make it like a play, you know, like the people going about their life. Yeah, the people going about their life. That would have been like really.
But
cool.
they actually, I think it was the next tribe that we are going to speak about when she was doing the pap, because it was actually showing that.
Yeah.
As they was already in these garments and it was chilling and whatnot. So I think that's kind of, I think that's the only one that kind of had them active.
Right. And they spoke when she would say certain things in the tour. Like our tour guide
the greetings.
was, our tour guide was the best. She really, really was. Okay, the next tour was the pedi, where we learned
that was
about,
her tribe.
Yes, her tribe. We learned about the history of the Celts.
And that is how you will identify the pedi man with a Scottish kilt. And you may wonder why Scottish kilt in Southern Africa. It is because long time ago.
And about the war, and all of them we learned about marriages.
Yeah.
We all learned about the marriages and all of them. And that one was really a really good experience, interactive again because they ate the mopani worms.
Yes, she pulled out mopani worms, which really shocked me because I didn't think anything about mopani worms when I finally made it to South Africa. I really didn't. But for her to put it out, I instantly thought of y'all, and I'm like, I remember y'all saying I should try it, and I remember agreeing to it. So when she pulled it out, you know, not too many people raised their hand. I think it was only 3 people. It was a young lady by the name of, can we say her name on here?
Yeah, Charm.
Yeah, it was a young lady by the name of Charm, our oldest son, and myself. Charm put a hand down.
Yeah, when she saw what it was, she said, oh no.
Charm put a hand down. But yeah, she gave it to us. My son, I don't know what was wrong with him. He picked the biggest one.
The biggest one.
But I went for the tiniest one because I wasn't too sure. But yeah, it was okay. It really didn't have no taste where it's like, oh, I gotta spit this out. It was just one of those textures that you gotta get familiar with, and it did have its own flavor too, which was more of, like she mentioned, salty and crunchy. But yeah, that was that, and I was proud of us that we tried it, you know.
Yeah. Then we went to the Zulu tribe, and so remember we told y'all that we split up into 2 groups. Y'all saw that we split up into 2 groups. And that first group, the first place they went to was the Zulu tribe, and we went to the Sosu tribe, right? So when we got to the Zulu tribe, I need y'all to tell us what she told them when she arrived.
Oh, at the gate, she hollered something.
Yes, because they was not ready.
Oh, then you're yeah, you guys should. Yeah.
Okay, they wait, sit down. So she had to get them back up there. And that was interactive, you know, seeing how, I forgot what he is. The guard. I'm calling the guard.
He was a security guard.
Okay.
The one who actually notifies, I believe, the chief.
The chief, yeah.
To let them know that they have company, and then I like this about them. They actually have to agree to let people into their village before they just say, "Hey, just welcome." You know what I'm saying? Which I think is pretty interesting.
Right, because we was coming in peace. Okay, they had to know.
You gotta come in peace.
They had to know if we was coming in peace or coming for war, right? And we was coming for peace. So, go ahead.
Oh, I was finna say, if you watch the entire video to that part, they actually give information about Shaka Zulu and his fear and everything that he was about too as well.
Yeah, and how they spit on the rock and they throw the rock before they leave. Yeah, because they won't come back home. Everybody want to make it home.
Facts. It reminded me of a wishing well.
Okay, yes.
Like the quarter, when people would throw a quarter in there. And
wish
like
for
that.
something, and somebody else will go collect all the coins at the end. Right, when they turn around.
Yeah.
Okay. The Zulu was the biggest one. And I also think the Zulu village is where they people who book overnight experiences who actually want to stay there as accommodations.
I
think that is like where they go because that was the biggest village.
Yeah, it's really tight. Tall as trees, y'all.
Yeah, and it's a lot. So on on the outside it looks like the huts, but on the inside she said that it is very modern. It has a TV, showers, warm, comfortable beds, and all of that.
Now looking on your left and right hand side, these are our guest houses. You can one day come and spend a night or two with us. And yes, all the villages that we went through, we do have the guest houses as well. And do not worry, my good friends, we do have comfortable beds, comfortable pillows, DSTV, TV, free Wi-Fi, showers, bathrooms, and air conditioners.
Good stuff.
Gotta mention Wi-Fi.
Oh, and Wi-Fi, because we
Gotta
all
mention
need
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Can't be out there without no Wi-Fi.
Right, because you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So that was the countryside. All right, so first the ladies greeted us. We learned about the married ladies and the unmarried ladies.
Yes, that part.
And they were telling us about where they cook, and it was huge up in there. I bet they do experiences up in there.
I believe so. And it's especially this is where they let people come to stay. So one thing they mentioned when it came to the ladies that the skirt heights, right? The skirts below the knee says that she is married. The skirts above the knee says she's ready for marriage. And then on top of that, which we didn't really talk too much about, but the dowry, about the different cow prices. I think the Zulu had 13. I think they probably had the biggest.
I think
11 or 13.
something between, yeah.
But they did, I think they, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they did have the biggest when it came to wives. And then they also said that they can marry multiple wives, which means you're a very, very busy man. As they said. With more problems on top of that. Yeah, and other than that, I really feel like that was a really good experience as well because the guys who was in the Zulu tribe actually came up and they was getting us like real up close and personal action of how they get the job done, you know?
So after we left the ladies, we went to the men, same tribe, the Zulu tribe, and the men was very interactive because they started throwing the sword, and I'm like, hold up, because they throwing it over our head, they coming up to it.
Yeah.
Listen, I said I like interactive, but not that interact.
It was giving it. It was fire though. I think I mentioned on that one as well about how they came up close and personal, and I thought that was pretty interesting. And I mentioned as well how they was talking about Shaka Zulu with his fear, and she said they put feathers at the end of it, so when they throw it, it makes a pep 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 sound. All that information was like pretty, very informative and good to know. You know.
Yeah. So y'all also wanted our thoughts and opinions, and that is the end of the village tour. So my thoughts and opinions on the village tour is that I would have liked it to be a little bit more interactive, but overall I felt like I got what I came for.
Yeah.
Like I really was full. Like they really displayed the culture. I love the singing. I love the interactive. The Mopani worms, and
You love the Mopani worms?
I love that it was available for the people who wanted to try it.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, because I ain't say I like that part, but
y'all should go try it out when y'all get there.
Yeah, y'all should let us know how it tastes.
Definitely, I would not mind hearing that.
Yeah, I love that it was interactive. I wish it was more like as she was talking, more people would be there, and actually holding a baby or fetching water. Or I would have liked it to be a little bit more interactive in that sense, like a performance.
No, that's how you see it. It's like a theater aspect for you because you are in the theater field a lot, and it just kind of gives you more of an engaging perspective, storytelling type of thing. I feel like for me though, being as my first experience, I can't really even add to it to say what I would want more of.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like she really did the storyline really well. She didn't fumble the ball at all. She really told it to the T, and she was proud to tell it, and she was giving us real engaging, speaking engagement, basically, if you can put it that way. And then just to see the huts, just to see the way they was dressed, the different colors, just to see the food that they was eating, being able to go inside. All of that was really new for me. You know what I'm saying? It was really nice.
Right, and I don't know if we showed it in the footage, but inside of the hut of the Xhosa tribe, I think it was the cow skin that was hanging up in there. And it was hanging up as if they weren't inside. It would be there. So that was really nice to see.
Yeah.
So after the village tour was a break, and there was like a bar where you can get drinks. There was the restrooms, a fire pit for you to sit down and discuss, your experience. And we just waited until It was
time
time
to
for
party.
the dance.
I called it a party. It was a party.
MG, it really was a party.
Yeah.
It really was.
So at this time, after we finished getting our little drinks, our beverages in, you know, sit down because we did a lot of walking. It is a lot of walking, by the way. If you don't like to do the walking stuff, so it's a lot of walking.
And heels too.
Yes, and heels. But after all of that was said and done, was able to go inside, back into the first location you saw where we was doing the drums, and then that's when everybody really started to come out. Ms. Label, she came out and she was instructing the whole entire thing. Yeah.
She was drumming, she was dancing, she was directing. She did a lot. Like, she was an excellent tour guide. Like, if I could, what's that little thing that you do for nurses when you write a little note so they can be recognized?
Yeah.
If we could do something like that, she was top tier. I absolutely loved her.
If you've been there before and you've witnessed the gumboot dance, let us know what we're supposed to say. No, we wasn't satisfied.
No.
2 4.
I'm not.
Why not what?
I'm not satisfied.
Yeah, man.
Are you satisfied?
Yes.
So they can keep showing us more stuff. 'Cause I feel like they
cut it
wasn't
short.
supposed to stop, you know?
They cut it short.
Yeah, I think that's how it was supposed to go.
Yeah, and I think it's because they have a heavy accent, and so it was kind of like, we don't know, yeah, we satisfied. And I think all of us answered based on the experience of the whole day. Like,
Yeah,
I think
100%.
everybody was so full of just appreciation of South African cultures at the end of that, you know, and so we was just ready for the party at the end.
Yeah. So a lot of you all was talking about the Botswana group that came out.
Oh yeah,
the Botswana
the
tribe.
Tswana,
Swana, well, they really did their big one.
Oh my
I agree
God,
with
that
you all.
was so
They really
beautiful.
did good. They was so in tune. They was electric. They was just on fire. Like they was
They
really killing
was.
it.
That was one of my favorites. The whole thing was my favorite.
They was all
though.
dope. They was really all fire. For real
It
talk.
really was. That was just an experience that, yes, you can see it on video and smile and be happy that you saw it, but being there in person, like our sons were saying that they were next to the drums. It was like, it's so loud.
It's so loud. And it
But I
really
love
was
it.
though. Yeah. And they was all excited, especially our daughter. Like they was saying before we even got there, because they actually not seen videos of this thing, but they love to dance. So when they knew that they was gonna get the option to be active, they was like, I really want to get involved. So you guys saw Sienna was asking me, she was like, I want to go dance, Daddy.
Yeah.
I was like, you sure you want to go? But for some
She's
reason,
shy.
she got really shy. It's like she froze.
She froze.
She did.
And I thought, going down there with her would help her to loosen up. But we got something else in store. Y'all stay tuned.
She loosened up. She was out there going crazy.
Child, listen, she was going to live fast now.
You was
I'm like,
keeping
hold
up.
up, girl, I haven't did this in years.
She was keeping up. And I love the fact that they open up the floor for everybody to engage. That kick is real personal. Now I see why they be in it like they be in it.
Yeah.
And then when they do the fall, when they do that fall, it's the job is done.
Listen, it
The
ain't
job
just no
is
kicking.
done.
They're not kicking. Y'all know, like, a lot of you all found us from reacting to the dances. It wasn't just no kick. So remember, I was like, oh, y'all got to show me how to do that kick. No. Everything was symbolism. Like, if y'all saw one of the ladies in the video, how she was mimicking that she was pooping on them. Pooping on the haters, you know.
Oh, Lord.
And another one was doing the heel toe on the enemy.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and
It's the relationship though, because they tapped in and they understand what they're doing, and you can understand. It's like I was telling our son, I was like, "This is not just now. This is history you're watching.
yeah. Ancestral.
They've been on this tap for a long time. Trust me." So, and he was really excited to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because for kids, it's for them. You can say it's like entertainment.
Yeah.
But the educational and informative side of it taps in when you get to sit down with them and just slowly point out things that they need to keep with them, you know?
And so in our culture in Louisiana, we have something that's known as masking. And when you put on that mask, you become our ancestors' spirits. And as I was just looking in the faces of the dancers, it wasn't the people that we saw who was, in the villages and singing and all of that. No, I saw the ancestors on them. But I want to read this this comment. This person got it. Like, she understood it. Your father-daughter dance in the African village with tribal ancestral music and ambiance will go over many's heads. Is that right there? Now, of course, there was not a time where our whole family was on the floor, but me and Sienna went on the floor first.
And then
the boys, our sons, and then Dion and Sienna went down together. And so I'm filming, and at that time I'm looking at my family, and I'm just so full of what I'm seeing. Because if y'all knew us from the beginning of our journey to now, at any point of our journey, y'all will know what this means to us. We are the first. Dion and I are the first people in our lineage to come back to this continent. Our ancestors were kidnapped from this continent, and we are back.
I ain't got no tissue. I'm not a bad husband. I just don't got no tissue. No, I'm joking.
I felt my ancestors.
Nah, real talk.
I feel them. I have been feeling them since we got here. And I know we're not in West Africa where our ancestors were taken from, but our ancestors were taken from this continent. And that is one reason why we don't entertain negativity around the diaspora. Because it's a bigger purpose that we stand for. Oh, and I'm shaking, and so I'm done.
I could say, to add to what you're saying, is that, like, while I've been here, that I haven't been, like, if I feel some type of way, just in a day routine, like, just randomly, just following you, just start feeling some type of way, I feel like I'm being picked back up. In a more, like, my days is more of a positive note.
Yeah.
And then you know how you get a little small dip in your day, you get back up? That's how it is for me now. It's like it's a small dip. And if I even have that, because it's like, it's a peace of mind. I've made that mention buku times. I've been here. It's like just a peace of mind that you have now that you understand. It's just really hard to explain at some points.
Right, and I feel like we're getting into a whole different video now.
We are.
So overall, our experience at the Lesedi Cultural Village, top tier, 10 out of 10. And I know y'all hear us say that a lot, and it's because we're experiencing new things that we actually appreciate. The Lesedi Cultural Village is one of the top reasons we stopped in Johannesburg first, because we wanted to go to the people.
Yeah,
first.
we did it too. Yeah, we showed up. Yeah. I think what we can end this note on is the actual pricing of all of this.
Oh, we was going to end the video and not say it. So, cost breakdown. So, there's two costs. One is with the lunch or dinner, and another one is without. So, there's two offerings. They offer one at 11:30 and one at 4:30. And it's every day. There's not a day that they're closed. And they all live there. So, the people going to show up if you show up. Okay? All right. So, with the lunch and dinner, it's 735 Rand per adult. And adult is age 13 and up. Without meals, it's 460 per adult. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me double check and make sure that's an accurate thing. Yes, 460. All right. So children 0 to 5 years old is free.
Yep. And
children 6 to 12 is 50% off of the adult prices. And drinks are excluded. So remember, we told y'all that after the Cultural Village tour, there was a bar that has drinks, and it's non-alcoholic drinks are available as well. Just your children cannot go into the bar.
Right.
So that's the prices.
Yeah. I mean, and overall, you guys, like we said, it was a very great experience. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend you guys to go check it out. It is a ride, but do make sure that you get in contact with your Uber driver to let him know that you may not have service and would he like to, help you out on the way back.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, and one last thing. One last note. The market is available for purchases before. Now, again, we went to the afternoon, so...
Oh, it's closed.
Yeah, it was closed at the end, so we wanted to go buy stuff, and we couldn't because it was closed.
Yeah, so, I mean, other than that, I feel like we had a great experience. We are a family of 5, and we did all go out there, and we experienced it together, which was a huge blessing for us. We really appreciate the opportunity that we had, and we appreciate you guys, like we mentioned in the live, that you guys give recommendations and things of that nature, and this was one that a lot of people said we should check out, and we did. So.
Yeah, and our children are still speaking about it today.
They still watching the video, singing the songs, doing the dances.
Okay, and wait, because I know this question may come up. The reason why we did not go to the dinner is because we had a separate dinner experience that we wanted at another hotel. And it was 2 different experiences. So make sure y'all go check out that hour-long video that y'all been asking us to do.
Facts.
Go check it out, all right? It's a really, really good video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. We'll see you soon.
Peace.